Hi there. Have you ever had someone point out something about you and your first reaction was, wait, what? That's not me. Yeah, same here. It's like they are seeing a version of us that we are blind to.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Magnetized Self, where we explore the art of healing, self awareness, and personal transformation. Hi, I'm Roopa. Let's discover how to harness your inner power, build resilience, and magnetize the life you desire.
Here is the wild part. Studies show that most people believe they are self aware, but only 10% or 10 to 15% of us are actually aware of self. Yes, the rest of us walking around with some serious blind spots. Stick with me because in next 20 minutes we are going to break this down. We will talk about what is self-awareness really means, why it's so hard to see ourselves clearly, signs you might be lacking self-awareness, and how can one level up yourself with respect to self awareness starting today. So let's dive in. Are you ready? Let's start with the basics. What is self awareness? Self awareness is all about how well you know yourself, your emotions, your habits, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how others see you. Think of it as a two mirrors. Internal self awareness. This is something knowing who you are on the inside. External self awareness. This is an understanding how the world sees you. Here is the kicker, my dear friend. You need to know both of these, that is, internal and external self awareness, to truly be self aware. For example, you might think you are super friendly, but if everyone else finds you intimidating, then for sure there is some disconnect. And that disconnect can hurt relationships, career growth, and even your mental health. Is it making sense so far? Are you guys with me? Have you ever given a thought, why is self awareness so hard? Now, let's talk about why self awareness is so damn tricky. It's not just for you, my friend, it's just a human thing. There may be a number of reasons, but I can think of three major ones at this point in time which can help you to start with. The first one which I can think of is our brains are biased. Have you ever heard of the effect that is called as better than average effect? Most of us think we are better at things than we really are. Like everyone thinks they're good driver until you are stuck in traffic. Isn't it? The second reason I can think of is we are too close to ourselves. That means you are living in your head 24 bar 7. It is hard to see what's obvious to others because we are used to our own patterns. Reflecting of self has also been altered based on our patterns. Third one is we avoid uncomfortable truths. Let's be honest here. Facing our flaws isn't fun. It's easier to brush them off and blame someone else. Many of us do it, don't you? Think about it and let me know in the comments. But here's the good news: self awareness is like a muscle. You can train it, and I will show you how. Let's deep dive. Okay, let's understand this topic in more details by understanding the signs one can have with lack of self awareness. All right, uh, let's get real for a second. Here are some signs that you might lack self awareness. The very first one I can think of is you are often surprised by the feedback. If people keep saying you're always interrupting and you think, wait, I don't do that, that's the red flag, my dear friend. The second point would be if you're often struggling with relationships like miscommunication, misunderstandings, or constant conflict, my dear friend, it's one of another reason where we lack self awareness. It may not always be with other person. There may be reasons that we had to reflect without judgment and understand where we lack about understanding of self. You often feel stuck or unable to move ahead. This can be one of the major reasons that you are lacking self-awareness. Whether it is in your career or personal life, lacking self-awareness keep you spinning your wheels and you would be rounding in the same position and will never move ahead. So, if you feel stuck, introspect without judging yourself, understand where you need to improvise. Do you recognize any of these? If yes, don't at all worry, my dear friend. The fact that you are here means that you have already taken that first step. Congratulations. Okay, now let's deep dive to become more self aware. For now, the fun part, let's build the self awareness muscle. How do we do that? I'll be sharing 5 different exercises. These are very simple yet excellent result oriented exercises if done right. Couple of them are daily routine activity and couple are one time fun activity. I want you to do this for next 1 week. After a week, come to this video and comment your feedback in the below section. Now, to do that, make sure you bookmark this video. I'm sure you will pick at least one or two as lifetime activity to be adopted. Okay, I decided that I can share 5 different activities with you guys which are fun, and the very first one is all about you asking feedback and really listening to the feedback given. But do not ask anyone and everyone. Find someone whom you trust and ask, what is that one thing I could do better? Then listen without getting defensive. Listen without getting defensive. I'm just repeating it for you so that you remember that you are asking the feedback to improve, to know yourself, right? Getting defensive would never help. Remember, feedback is a gift, even if it stings a little. And also remember, feedback, when I say feedback here, this is the feedback you're asking from a trustworthy person, right? Make sure that you do not lose your worth in your head because people tell negative about you. Here you are asking a person whom you trust to give you a feedback so that you can know better about you. With that step sharing of asking for feedback,
I am making sure that I ask feedback from you. Please make sure that you comment your feedback in the comments below. I would love to read them and improvise or work on other topics that you are looking for from me. The second activity I would like to share here is a very common one: start journaling. Journaling is really, really important when you comes to wire your thoughts, understand what you actually feel, and to get that connection between the body and the mind. Your journaling really, really helps. So write down your thoughts, feelings, and reactions at the end of the day. Over time, the patterns will start to emerge, which you can work on. The next activity is the fourth activity: take personality assessment. Yeah, this I have taken couple of years back online, and this has really helped me. Like when I go haywired in my head, this personality assessment sometimes helps me to say that, okay, this is how I am and I am brought up, or this is how I'm wired, or this is how I am, and that should be fairly good. And I don't have to judge me for what I am. I don't have to feel the way what compare myself to another person. So all these help me to curb, only because this personality assessment test that I had taken couple of years back. So you have a lot of online, like in Engram, Myers-Briggs, can give you a lot of insights about you. They will define, there may be 9 personality traits that they will give you at the end of the question is once you answer. So I do not right now how it is, but yes, this is definitely helpful, at least to understand why am I like this. So at least you will have something to label or something to understand why you are like that, right? So make sure that you take this take this personality assessment online. Okay, the next one is my favorite, which has helped me a lot. It's part of third activity, that is practicing mindfulness. This is the fifth activity which I can name here is watching your reactions. So what do you mean by watching your reactions? Whenever you get defensive, whenever you feel defensive, right? Even before you react, or even before you act to be defensive, before that there is some thoughts that's happening inside you. So whenever you feel like being defensive, just pause 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 and ask yourself, why does this bother me? Like, what I should behave like? Why is this bothering me like this, that I feel so defensive about? Just pause and ask. You don't have to be judgmental about the answer or the information you receive within you, but just pause and ask. Just pausing and asking will internally, you will change a lot. Automatically, you end up responding instead of reacting. And one of my mentor had told once upon a time, when I was quite reactive, he had told, do not react, respond. So I even now I remember that, and I'm using it as part of mindfulness practice. And this has helped me a lot to evolve internally, no matter what happens outside. I am privileged, what happens inside. So this is a wonderful thing. Make sure that you understand what is that is happening inside you. Why do you feel reactive than responsive? The third activity is my favorite and most practiced one from my side. This is one of the activity which I love and have started imbibing for a couple of years now, and this activity has made my life so beautiful because it is helping me to change internally every day, every moment by moment basis. And that is nothing but practicing mindfulness. So it's all about every moment you're giving attention to every moment what is happening inside you. That means pay attention to your thoughts and emotions in that moment. Make sure that you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? And asking this is what helps me to come back Whenever I go off track, I come back to me, like I come back home only with this question. So it's helped me a lot. Hopefully, this activity helps you a lot, and these tips would help you a lot. Okay, with all this, I'm sure people would have been, at least someone would have been feeling lot of burden that I don't think I can do this on a daily basis or moment by moment basis. It's such a pain. Frankly speaking, with all the guilt, with all the pains we live later on, is better to live moment by moment with mindfulness. And all these activities definitely help us to be self-aware, to make sure that we take responsive actions, and also to make sure that we are better aware of ourselves. So on a day-to-day basis, if you start practicing, if you turn back and look, you will be definitely better aware about yourself after a week. So good luck. And one more thing I would want to say, always remember, self awareness is not about being perfect. It is never about being perfect. Perfection is a kind of syndrome, according to me. So, self awareness is not about being perfect. Instead, it's just about being in progress. It's a baby step adds up. So every time you know about yourself, it's like peeling the onion. It's like you're peeling the first layer, first outermost layer of your peel. So until by the time you go to the core where actually the sprouting happens, right? So by the time you reach there, you would know totally very beautifully about yourself, and it's a practice. It's a practice, and it will take a lot of time. So don't worry about it. So make sure that it is a baby step, knowing about yourself day by day, moment by moment, and it's not about being perfection. Do not judge yourself as you get self-aware, and that's what is one of the aspect of spirituality, where we actually understand what we are internally, accept what we are internally, and still love. It's one of the part of spirituality which has made my life so beautifully, to love myself, to to just accept myself as I am. No matter I do mistakes, no matter what I do, I am a human. I have realized I am a human now, but I am aware what is my limit, where do I lose, what are my triggers, how are my thoughts, which thoughts bring me down, what is the kind of action makes me feel uncomfortable, what kind of people make me uncomfortable. So we cannot evade everything, but having a self awareness, you can create your own privilege within you, to create that happiness, to create a world within you, to make it so beautifully. It will be such a beautiful life of your choice. So, with that, I would love to say these are the 5 activities I would want each one of you to take care. And once you conduct this completely 1 week, make sure you come back, bookmark this video, come back after a week. Please put your comments. I would love to read them. What's the takeaway? Self awareness is a secret sauce to better relationship, more confidence, and unlocking your full potential. Here is my challenge for you. Pick one thing from today's talk and try out this week. Maybe it's asking you for a feedback, or journaling, or even just being mindful about your own emotions. And do not stop there. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's that one thing you learned about yourself recently? Or what's your go to strategy for building self awareness? I would love to read and respond. If you found this helpful, please make sure that you share it with someone who might need a little self awareness boost. And don't forget to follow, subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Make sure that you like that video. Now go out there and own your self awareness journey. Loads of love.
It's time to align with your true self and shine. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this journey with me. Your time and energy means a lot. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and always magnetize your infinite potential. See you soon, friends. Loads of love.